7 ways Allah shows you. It's time to walk away from harmful people. There are moments in life when our souls whisper what our minds struggle to accept, that someone close to us may not be good for our growth. Whether it's a friend, a relative, or even someone we once deeply trusted, the realization that their presence is doing more harm than good can be one of the most spiritually jarring experiences. This video will explore how Allah, in His infinite wisdom, shows you it's time to walk away from harmful people. As the creator of this video, I want you to know that I didn't take this topic lightly. I spent countless hours immersed in the tafsir of the Quran, learning from scholars and reflecting on real-life examples that Muslims around the world face every day. What I discovered is profound. Allah does not leave us in confusion. He sends signs, subtle and strong, that whisper to our hearts when something or someone is spiritually dangerous. And if we ignore these signs, we often delay the peace that Allah has already written for us. So, as you watch this, I urge you to reflect deeply, because the final sign we'll discuss is the one that gives you the inner strength to let go, even if your heart still clings to hope. Number 1. When your heart feels suffocated around them and peace returns when you distance yourself. The heart is not just a physical organ, it's the spiritual compass of the believer. One of the earliest signs that Allah is trying to protect you from someone harmful is the state of your heart around them. You may feel tense, anxious, or spiritually numb when they are near. But the moment you distance yourself, even if you're alone, a strange calm washes over you. This isn't simply emotional reaction, it's divine guidance. The Prophet Muhammad taught us, "Leave that which makes you doubt for that which does not." Doubt and discomfort are not always to be dismissed as paranoia. They can be alerts from your fitra, your God-given intuition. Allah mentions in Surah Al-Furqan, "And the servants of the Most Merciful, when the ignorant address them, harshly, they say words of peace." 25:63. Peace is the natural state of the believer. When someone consistently disrupts that peace, it may be a sign from Allah that they do not belong in your life. Yet many of us ignore this feeling. We downplay our discomfort to avoid conflict. But ignoring what your soul is trying to tell you could be the very reason you're feeling spiritually lost. Allah is never silent. He speaks to you through the condition of your heart. Number 2. When you constantly compromise your values just to please them. One of the most dangerous spiritual indicators is when you begin lowering your moral standards to maintain a relationship. You laugh at inappropriate jokes. You tolerate backbiting. You say yes to what you know is wrong because you don't want to be labeled as too religious or boring. Allah commands in Surah Al-Kahf, "And keep yourself patient by being with those who call upon their Lord morning and evening, and do not let your eyes pass beyond them." 18:28. In other words, choose people who remind you of your akhirah, not people who make you forget it. Each time you shrink your values to fit into someone else's mold, you're turning your back on the one relationship that truly matters, your relationship with Allah. Eventually, you will have to choose, obey Allah or please them. The more you choose them, the further you drift from who Allah created you to be. Number 3. When drama, gossip, and emotional chaos become the norm. Some people are like emotional whirlpools. They suck you into drama, arguments, gossip, and tension. You try to help, but every encounter leaves you more drained and disoriented. It's never calm, it's always something. Allah warns us in Surah Al-Hujurat, "Avoid much negative assumption. Indeed, some assumption is sin, and do not spy or backbite each other." 49:12. He doesn't just dislike gossip and drama, He forbids it. Being constantly surrounded by such behavior is not just spiritually exhausting, it's sinful. One sister once shared that every time she met with a certain group of friends, she left with a heavy heart. What started as harmless conversations turned into long sessions of mocking others, judging appearances, and feeding each other's insecurities. "I would cry after coming home," she said, "but I thought I was being judgmental by wanting to leave." Until one day she made a dua for clarity, and Allah made those friendships dissolve without her effort. The truth is, Allah doesn't want you to survive in emotional turmoil. He wants you to thrive in His mercy. Walking away from constant drama is not weakness, it's spiritual self-respect. Number 4. when your duas are answered with unexpected distance. Perhaps the most overlooked sign is this. You made dua. You begged Allah to show you who's good for you. And slowly, sometimes painfully, people began to distance themselves. Conversations faded. Arguments arose. Bonds weakened. You didn't expect it. It hurts. But this too is a sign. Surah Yusuf gives us a powerful example. Yusuf alayhi salam was separated from his brothers, the very ones who hated and harmed him. But from that separation came freedom, wisdom, and power. Indeed, my Lord is subtle in what he wills. 12:100. You see, Allah hears what you don't say. He sees the pain you hide. And when you ask him for guidance, he responds, sometimes by removing the people you're too afraid to walk away from yourself. Don't fight it. Don't chase those Allah has removed. Trust that he heard your prayers, and this is the response. Number 5. When your worship diminishes after being around them. Some people don't mock your faith, but they make you forget it. After spending time with them, you miss your prayers. You stop reading Quran. You delay dhikr. You feel disconnected from Allah, and you don't know why. That's not accidental, that's spiritual erosion. Allah warns us in Surah Al-Mujadilah. Satan has overcome them and made them forget the remembrance of Allah. 58:19. It's not always your fault. Sometimes you're in an environment that is spiritually numbing, and over time it disconnects you from your own soul. When you notice that your worship becomes weaker in someone's presence, it's a sign, a powerful one. You're not better than them, but your soul may not be safe around them, and protecting your soul is a priority in Islam. Don't wait until you feel completely numb to make a change. When your connection with Allah begins to suffer, it's time to reevaluate who is sitting at your table. Number 6. When Allah removes them abruptly and without warning. There are times when someone leaves your life without closure. A betrayal, a sudden exit, a breakup. You're left stunned, confused, and aching for answers. But what feels like rejection is often Allah's protection. The Prophet said, "You do not leave something for the sake of Allah, but that Allah will replace it with something better." Ahmad. And sometimes you don't even get the chance to leave. Allah removes them before you realize what was happening. Musa alayhi salam didn't ease out of Pharaoh's palace. He fled. When Allah has a greater plan for you, he may not give you time to analyze it. He will pull you out suddenly, because your hesitation could cost you your soul. When someone is ripped out of your life and it feels too sudden to make sense, pause. Instead of asking, "Why did they leave?" ask, "What was Allah protecting me from?" Number 7. When you finally love Allah enough to choose obedience over people-pleasing. The final and most liberating sign is when something shifts within you. You no longer need validation from others. You no longer chase acceptance. You stop fearing their judgment and start fearing Allah's displeasure. Allah says in Surah At-Tawbah, "Say, if your fathers, your sons, your brothers are more beloved to you than Allah and His Messenger, then wait until Allah executes His command." 9:24. The verse is clear. No one's love should be greater than your love for Allah. When you begin to feel that inner strength, that desire to obey Allah even if it means walking alone, you're witnessing divine elevation. You're no longer afraid of losing people because your heart is anchored in the one who never leaves. You are not being cold, you are not arrogant, you are finally healing. And when that happens, walking away becomes not a loss, but a return to yourself, a return to Allah. Walking away is not failure, it is a form of worship. The Prophet Moses walked away from Makkah. Musa alayhi salam walked away from Pharaoh. Ibrahim alayhi salam walked away from his own father. Sometimes the journey to Allah begins the moment you stop clinging to those who pull you away from Him. So if Allah is showing you the signs, through your heart, your prayers, your worship, or sudden separation, listen. Don't delay your peace. Don't ignore your soul. And never fear walking alone, because if you walk with Allah, you are never truly alone. If you enjoyed this video, you'll love what's next. We have more videos on this topic. Click the playlist on your screen to dive into more content. May Allah bless you.